In the meantime, there's a lot of other things going on here. We had President Trump imposing a travel ban on citizens from 12 countries, Afghanistan, Yemen, Iran, a bunch of others, and a partial ban on some other ones. Now, this is not the first time President Trump has invoked a ban, but this has got the left absolutely up in arms. Yet when you look at the executive order, it seems to me it's got some good reasons, including the fact that a lot of these countries, about 20% of the people who come in, overstay their visas.
Yes, exactly. And we saw that recently in Boulder, Colorado, where a man who overstayed his visa from Egypt then got 2 work permits through the Biden administration, then declared asylum, which means you get to stay longer because the system's so overwhelmed it can't hear your case for years, and then carried out what looked like a reenactment of the Holocaust, where he literally tried to light elderly Jews on fire who were just gathering to call for the release of Israeli hostages from Gaza who have been there since October 7th of 2023. And this guy goes in and basically throws Molotov cocktails at them and tries to murder them. So that's Trump's point, that we can't have people from countries that come in here on work visas or visit visas, and then they overstay their welcome. And something like 40% of people who have visas overstay their welcome, end up staying in the country altogether. And many of those countries are hostile to the United States. So as far as the way the American people see this, they're in agreement with it. But of course, the American media and Democrats are saying this is horrible and this is xenophobia and this is racism and all those things. But they're not on the right side of the argument when it comes to what the American people think. That's certainly for sure.
Well, they're absolutely not, Joe, because this is absolutely striking to me. This guy who came in, overstayed his visa, allegedly committed this horrific crime in Boulder, Colorado. He brought his whole family, and the family overstayed their visas apparently too. Now, quite obviously, the government is trying to kick them out and deport them, and yet you now have lawyers who are now filing suits to let the family stay in, and you've got newspaper articles about, how these people's dreams are going to be crushed of living in America when they've already overstayed their visa. How is this going to help the Democrats at all? I would think the Democrats would have so much they could work with right now with what's going on, and yet they keep finding themselves on the wrong side of these really common sense issues.
That's the thing, right? I mean, you have like Kilmar Garcia, Abrego Garcia, who is the Maryland man, the loving father who happened to be an MS-13 gangbanger, who happened to beat his wife, happened to engage in human trafficking, allegedly. And you have Democratic lawmakers going down to El Salvador to have margaritas with these people. It's amazing how they are trying to protect the people that are here illegally and committing crimes over the people that they're supposed to protect, which are people who are here legally and not committing crimes. So again, forget 80-20 issue. This is like a 99-1 issue in terms of 99% of people think that violent criminals who are here in the U.S. illegally should be gone, and the other 1% say no, and those 1% are probably drunk.
Joe Concha, going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll let you go get one of those margaritas, but not with an MS-13 member.
Oh, not tonight, but thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good night.